Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Fate Grand Order. The fourth revelation, Fuyuki. Let's go. Obviously, if you haven't watched Fate Zero, hey, I have a full Fate Zero commentary series, so you can go watch that. Sorry to ask you to come this early in the morning, Tanner. It hasn't been long since what happened to Da Vinci, but we detected another singularity. I'm sure that's the Da Vinci event, which I didn't do. Oh, you're here already, Senpai. As a master of REM sleep, I can see you are ready anytime. Waking up immediately is a special skill well, no, I pulled an all-nighter, I'm not gonna lie to you. That is not good. Caldia time is now the benchmark in this world. Senpai, staying past 1 in the morning is bad for your body, even if you get login bonuses at 4. Ash, I'm glad to see that you're doing great too. Well, can I start briefing now? I like how login bonuses are a canon in-universe thing. Like, it's a real thing. She just said it. This isn't a comedy event. It's canon. Sorry, Doctor. You were talking about a new singularity, right? But Doctor, aren't those coordinates the same as Singularity F? It does appear that way on Caldia's map, but temporal axis is different. This singularity corresponds to the point 10 years earlier in time than the Singularity F you guys investigated before. I can't conclude this is a Holy Grail for certain, but an extremely similar response has been observed. Earlier, huh? But is it really possible that a Holy Grail would manifest at the same point so free? Yeah, actually, even I can't explain that. So I thought I would bring someone who does seem capable of doing it. I see, that's why you called me here. It's Waver! Zhulang, no, Lord Elmaloy II. Indeed, I'm familiar with Fuyuki City in Japan, or so I'd like to say. But unfortunately, my knowledge is estranged from the history recorded by Laplace here in Caldia. That's expected, now that human history has been incinerated. Many different possibilities got mixed in with Caldia's, sorry, I forgot that that's a different one, observation results. Perhaps Caldius didn't exist in the history where Mr. Elmaloy II came from. Your world and our world. I'm not sure which one is the proper history, however. It's obvious that both worlds are centered and extremely close to each other. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been summoned. You're talking about the cluster of parallel worlds and the— He's smoking! That's bad for you, Waver. How dare you? I just realized that. Bad. You're talking about the cluster of parallel worlds and the primary branch. In other words, phenomenon permissible for revision that share the same future despite minor differences. I have no clue what you're talking about. And phenomenon designated for removal. The cluster of parallel worlds that would eventually lead to ruin like fallen leaves. Unfortunately, that kind of topic is out of my purview. It's a part of the world that, unless you're one with a heroic spirit like me, is hard to understand. Besides, it's not something Tanner must hear either. So I'm going to tell you only what I know. This is all just based on the events that occurred in my world, mind you. So, your records indicate that the first Holy Grail War took place in Fuyuki of 2004. However, as far as I know, the Holy Grail War has occurred 5 times in Fuyuki City. Wait, 5 times already? A ritual of that scale was performed 5 times? How did they hide it from everybody? Don't tell me the Holy Grail War is a competitive sport in your world and people treat it like the Olympic game. Kind of. A rather amusing idea, but that's not it, Doctor. In our case, the Mage Association and the Holy Church colluded to cover everything up. Of course they did. Whew, that scared me. Please continue, Professor. The temporal axis observed this time was not 2004 where Singularity F was located, but 10 years earlier, the Fourth Holy Grail War. The main reason why the Holy Grail War was repeated 5 times in Fuyuki was because the Holy Grail never manifested itself, not even once. Also, due to a certain accident, this ritual has been mutated to a state you can barely call it a ritual anymore. In conclusion, you mustn't retrieve this Holy Grail. It's a Holy Grail that must not manifest. It's just a poison. Well, it tempted the participant as a wish-granting device. In truth, it was merely a device of mass destruction created for the purpose to eliminating the world. You are really knowledgeable. Of course, I did my research. Besides, it's my responsibility as a participant. I just want to reassure myself. I put in a considerable amount of effort to dismantle Fuyuki's Holy Grail. When it comes to the circumstances surrounding this land, I've left no stone unturned. I will join this investigation. I believe I'm the best observer, don't you think? You say that, but you really want to go, right? I won't deny that. The Fourth Holy Grail War is a fateful event to me in no small way. And it's about to begin right now. I'd be lying if I said I had no interest. Then it's settled. Get ready for race shift now. The target coordinates are Fuyuki City, Japan, 1994. Looks like it's gonna be different this time around too, so watch out! You just see Lord Elmaloy going, "Yes, I can get another Sega Saturn! Yeah!" So this is Fuyuki before it was in flames? Oh, this is really cool, actually. But to think in 10 years, catastrophe would visit a quiet town like this. Shouldn't be too sentimental. We exist in a world where everything's been incinerated, not just this town. You're right, but... My apologies. I could have worded it better. Yes, normal life is hard to come by, but don't get obsessed over it. Fearing the inevitable tragedy like the catastrophe of war would only slow you down. Because we fight as we are confronted with the destruction of mankind's past and future. What I meant was, we should keep that in mind and prepare ourselves for any situation. Take this instance, for example. You probably think there wouldn't be any threat in a peaceful residential district at a time when everybody's asleep, correct? That's right, to be honest, I find it hard to believe this place was a site for a Holy Grail war. That perception is too naive. In a fight between mages, first you must question everything you see, for example. Okay. Kimen Dunjia, 8 Gates Golden Locks Formation. Oh, hey. Damn you, how is that possible? Are you asking how it's possible for me to see through your presence concealment? Well, I couldn't. However, I do know from my investigation that the assassin in the Fourth Holy Grail War could split into multiple entities and monitor the entirety of Fuyuki. I knew we'd get caught in your surveillance network seeing how flashy ray shifts can be. It's only natural for you to come scouting. Now that you're in the my Stone Sentinel maze, there's no point in using your presence concealment. Now, Tanner, it's time to put up a fight. Explain everything later. Oh, we even got some music. And look at this. This looks like the intersection that Shiro got his butt beaten by Hercules. Zaid the Based, he's not, you know? That was just one of many assassins. As you've seen, that assassin has the ability to split and manifest multiple bodies. That's why the fight is not over yet. We must prepare for the next encounter. I mean a single heroic spirit that has the ability to manifest as a group? Not only is it a fearsome ability to use in espionage, unless one is an anti-army noble phantasm, it means that assassin can overwhelm any opponent with sheer numbers alone. Just take them out the minute you lay eyes on them. Now then, it's no time to waste. Onward, I say, onward. Ooh. But... Are you gonna give us an explanation now? Apologies, but they'll have to wait. I'm not trying to be pompous, it's just, we're in a race against time. Oh, don't make that face. I'll explain as many things as I can on our way, starting with the most vital matters. Woo! Oh!
いかがかな私がこの聖杯戦争に備えて用意したリソースはまあちょっと用意しすぎたかもだし羨ましければ少し
Didn't think I'd see you, but I guess, yeah, that makes sense too. Be honest, the Holy Grail War in Fuyuki is basically a scam. The whole battle royale for the chance to grant your wish format is just an outright lie to lure in participants. A lie? That's terrible. Tricking someone by telling them their wishes will be granted, that's criminal! It absolutely is. If these Holy Grail Wars were a widespread thing in a different world, I bet there'd be a lot of lawsuits being filed over them. That being said, in this world, that is, in my world, that didn't happen. That's because the Holy Grail Wars only took place here. It was an insidious trap. One that, with the defeat of each participating servant, means an unprecedented disaster draws closer. When the required number of summoned servants have been sacrificed, all of the evils in the world, Manui will activate. Wow, that's a buck-wild spelling of it, my man. That's a pretty dangerous sounding name. You don't need to know everything. Just consider it something like a bomb that could destroy the world. It has more than enough power to wipe out the entirety of human history up to that point. Singularity F, the first foundation you all have restored. I see that as the likely state of Fuyuki after the conclusion of the Fifth Holy Grail War. First point to fall as the world crumbled, all because of a ritual that never should have been carried out was indeed complete. That's kind of what I got from burning Fuyuki, is like, this is the downfall timeline. Why would someone set a trap like that? Who would do that? This ritual started off with a very different purpose and became what it is through a ridiculous man-made disaster. That disaster is a past event even in this timeline. At any rate, the problem is that the paradox Sheba detected in this era is like a Holy Grail. You see, if the Holy Grail is already here... Yes, if the Holy Grail is already manifested, this city should be in flames right now, but at a glance that's not really the case. So the Holy Grail detected by Chaldea is likely something different from Fuyuki's Greater Grail, corrupted by Anjura Mainu. If I recall, this Fourth Holy Grail War is still in its early stages now. Tonight is when everything moves into motion. We can use that. I see, so that's why you've been conscious of the time today. That's right. Right now it's critical that we stay ahead of events. This harbor district will be the key. Oh, there's a lot gonna happen here, sir. Seems like we have to end our chit-chat before I get to explain that. The events have caught up to us. Here she is. You there. May I ask who you are? It seems you are also participants in the Holy Grail War, seeing how you have servants with you. Ah, she's so good in the dress! Sorry. Iris feels something is strange. I no longer detect the presence of Lancer, who invited us here. Is that Saber? Is this another Hero in X incident? Is that Saber? We'll go with that. She appears to be, but that's not her. I mean, she's contracted with another master already. That is one of the 7 heroic spirits summoned into the Fourth Holy Grail War. Class Saber. Altoria Pendragon. And she's gonna be like, how do you know? Oh god! That being the case, sorry, but we'll be your opponent now instead of Lancer. Iris Veal von Einsburn. What? You, how do you know my true name? This is no ordinary opponent. Be careful, Saber. Why don't you battle in your suit? Oh, with the sword there? That's rad. Oh, that looks good. You don't have... You're level 8 and not with much HP, so... Can we charm? Oh, that's ironic. She's like Kid Gil kind of cute, though. God, after Camelot, this is so whack how nothing this is. God, you were so much more trouble when you became a MILF Saber. And he's like, I told you to not go ham! Sorry, the enemy Saber is withdrawn from battle. We don't need to go after her? Leave her be. The next one is who we should go after. The next one? I've been keeping the servant who was supposed to fight Saber in my Kimen Dunjai formation, but it's about time. Who are you? What's that strange stone maze you're doing? What happened to Saber? Phoo! Something really came out. Calm yourself, First Spear of the Knights of Fianna. We're not Archibald's enemies. What? You know my true name? We seem to be faced with a formidable opponent. But how did you know that I was Lancer's master? Where's that voice coming from? Shielding himself with magecraft, the servant's master is hiding somewhere close by. Lord Cainith, we have hastened to join your side and stand in support of you. We're joining with him? For certain regions, I cannot divulge my name. What's that? So let me give the name of Lady Rains as my guarantor for the time being. Rains, my niece. I demand to know what is going on here. I would not hesitate to provide an explanation at the present time. I would beg your forbearance until tomorrow. However, allow me to say just one thing in advance. I can tell you the current location of Castor. Castor? How do you know that? Tomorrow at noon, I'll prove the truth of my words. Show you anew what value lies in listening to our story. Then we'll pay a visit to your penthouse suite in Fuyuki New Tower at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So for tonight, will you allow us to go? Oh, so you even know my address, do you? Very well. I don't dislike a smart man like yourself. All the more if you're a mage with a sense of gratitude. with that faint trace of a working-class accent in your English. What a shame. But very well, I shall accept your proposal. Were they speaking in English this whole time with each other? Having observed how you handled Saber earlier, we will depart here in peace. I will neither flee nor hide myself. I look forward to hearing just what it is you're planning. That's Lancer's master? Are you certain about this, master? Patience, Lancer. Yes, they are clearly a suspicious bunch, but when you know so little about what you face, it's best to wait and observe. Best to be cautious when starting a fight, got it? Understood. We'll be taking our leave. Come on, let's get going, Tanner. This is kind of cool. Just knowing everything that goes on, you know? Now then, we can finally take a moment to talk properly. How far did I get in my explanation earlier? He said that once the war ends, the world will be destroyed. Yes, that's right. Defeated servants are absorbed into the Greater Grail of Fuyuki as sacrifices to bring it to completion. But what happens then is not the granting of a wish, but the release of Angermainu. From the start, this war was never meant to have a winner. In my experience, the Greater Grail activates in a limited capacity after the defeat of the Fifth Servant. However, it also means if we can convince at least 3 servants to withdraw from the battlefield intact, the ritual will end up eternally in limbo, the Holy Grail will remain incomplete, and we can simply secure its vessel, right? Whew! Understood. So this time we won't be fighting to defeat the other servants, but to protect them in a sense. It would be best if we could resolve all this amicably. Right, but we can't assume everyone will agree peacefully. So we want the war to end in a stalemate, we need to first seek out and destroy the servants with whom such an agreement is impossible. I'm aware of my own savagery. Let me say right now that I started off as a cowardly, subservient boy. The war strategist I housed in my body gets so worked up I couldn't help but change. Of the participants in this Holy Grail War, there are 2 servants we couldn't even try to spare, Castor and Archer. Without a shred of doubt, I could say those 2 would be incapable of reaching an understanding with us. So it would be best to get them out of the way before they start engaging other servants. That brings us to Assassin. Their master is colluding with the one in possession of Archer. As we plan to fight Archer, we'll inevitably have to fight Assassin too, though they've already marked us as opponents anyway. The one we fought right after we race shifted here. Next we have Berserker. Since his madness prevents us from reasoning him with directly, everything depends on his master. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. The key will be whether we can convince the master while he's still able to keep full control over Berserker without having to use command spells. That said, there's always the possibility Berserker could go on a rampage himself, independent of his master's will. One vital thing I learned after the 4th War ended is that the one who summoned Berserker was in an extremely unstable state, both physically and mentally. But I never did get to meet him myself. Well then, shall we put dealing with Berserker on hold for now? I can't help but feel it's risky, yes. Therefore, by process of elimination, we can conclude that our best chances for success lie with Saber, Lancer, and Ryder. Yes, that's why you prevented that clash in the docks between Saber and Lancer. That only leaves Ryder's faction. Do you think they'd be likely to... Yes! Foo? Why are you falling quiet all of a sudden? That's like the one we least have a word about. Yes, it all depends on how well I can get them to accept what I'll say to them. Got no choice but to destroy the keystones the mage placed and take the ley lines for ourselves. Should be fairly well defended, but we'll have to break through. I like to avoid unnecessary combat. Can't fight on an empty stomach. Nothing for it. I mean, destroy the barrier keystones? If you do that, won't the mage, the second owner, get mad? Of course, but the family that owns this land, the Tosakas, are also the mages that summoned Archer. In other words, they are our enemies to begin with. I see, but the keystone to the ley lines should be carefully hidden, right? Don't worry, I know where they already are. How did you find out? The next heir to the Tosaka clan is a student of mine. Oh! In the end, I dismantled the Greater Grail here with her help. Oh! She went to London, of course. When that happens, I learned the structure of the ley lines in this area. Wait a second, you're going to wreck your future student's estate? This future happens in a different timeline. I have no duty or responsibility to the Tosakas in this era. The Tosaka family is one of the clans responsible for the Fuyuki Holy Grail War. They lose their ley line, become impoverished, it's their own fault. I'm sure the future Tosaka will understand. I don't know about the impoverished part. Someday we might end up paying for this big time. Let's start with the nearest point. After we destroy several of the keystones, we could try setting up the circle again. Is this okay? Something like this always comes back to haunt you. That's another ley line point secured. It's going well, isn't it, Master? Woohoo! Yeah, it's about time. Let's finish up here and head to negotiate with Lancer's master. It's weird, because I thought he was kind of irredeemably evil, but I guess in this case it's like, well, you're irredeemably evil, but at least you can be talked to, unlike, you know, some of the other people. Is this really going to work? He seems like a very cold person. Yeah, he's definitely a cold-blooded. He's going bald, so leave it to me. Tanner, I'd like you to let me handle all the negotiations with Lord Kenneth. I'll keep a telepathic channel open so we can communicate in secret, but keep your mouth shut at all times. Got it? I'll let you handle it, sir. Oh, he doesn't like it. Yeah, it's this room. His servant seems ready to fight at any moment. Air's heavy. How was El Malloy gonna get through this, I wonder? I spoke to Archisort last night. You were lying to me when you said you were acting on Rain's behalf. But you agreed to meet with us anyway, which means there's something else I want to ask you about. Your statements about Castor last night. Why were you able to know the Hurley Church's actions in advance? Because for me, it happened long ago in the past. Oh, you're just telling them you're a time traveler. That's an interesting choice. What? The morning after the servant battle at the wharf, the Overseer speaks to all participants and offers a special award for the first to kill Castor. But that's not all I know. You originally intended to summon Iskandar for the fight. You even had the catalyst for it. However, it was stolen by a student at the clock tower, Waver Velvet. And you were forced to summon Diarmid and Dubney instead. How did you... And it's not you that's providing the magical energy for the servant. It's your fiancée, Sola Ui Noade Ray Sophie. Wow! Holy crap, is that actually her name? What in tarnation? That's 3! Count 'em, 3 dashes in the name. You have her in another room to keep her safe. It's good to be careful. Oh, speaking of Lady Sola Ui, there was a love letter draft left in your study. I believe it began to my beautiful beloved, your eyes glisten like the morning dew. Shut up, shut up! Enough, who are you? I wasn't lying when I said I was acting on behalf of Lady Rains. But I will only officially receive that duty 4 years from now. And thus, everything I told you is part of my memories of the past. You're taking this seriously. I suppose I should have expected that from the leader of the Archibald family. A traveler through time, I've heard that some are working very hard at that research. I thought it was stupid nonsense that would never come true. Even so, I need a more believable explanation. He said some very personal stuff. What you're saying is similar to true magic. Of course, there must be quite the backstory involved. I'll give you an overview. Let me begin. Is he just telling the truth? Like, humanity's gonna be incinerated, this is an alternate timeline, this is what's happening, because if so, oh my god. I'm so happy that something actually just does the just talk, you know? I see. Observing the past... Yes! And an environmental model and the ratio of technology that implemented the heroic spirit summoning system. And all this is made possible by the use of the Spiritron calculation engine. Spiritron calculation engine. I'd heard rumors that the Atlas Institute was working on such a thing, but hey, cool. Foreshadowing to Camelot. Remember, this came up before. Yes, all these great achievements in magecraft are accomplished by the Archibald family. That's not 100% true. You there, don't let it show on your face. Of course, this is only possible due to your astonishing leadership. Your later exploits at the clock tower. Oh no. Bring together a number of different academic factors to make this huge project, Caldia, a reality. Director Olga Marie heard this somehow. Who knows what she'd say? I don't even want to imagine it. I have no connection to the Atlas Institute. I dislike that group of eccentrics. I would never work with those pessimists, or so I thought, but... I see. Well, it's not impossible, is it? Oh god, he bought it. What? It's the Lord of the Clock Tower and... Well, I was just thinking that the evocation department and mineralogy department weren't enough for me to get the upper hand in the academic world. I was thinking perhaps it was time to find some new research, yes. I'm surprised I had such skills in that direction, though. I guess even in my old age I can still pull off some new tricks, huh? He's not the kind of person I thought he was. He's not, right? Amazing. Yes, I always believed in you. Right now, you may be struggling, but in the future, you'll achieve great things! Of course, it's not only your technological achievements, but the financial backing provided by the Sophia Ree clan. Vast amount of funds required for Caldia was only available due to the loving relationship you have with your future wife. Oh no! Ah, shucks. Shucks? I've dedicated my whole life to magecraft, so I don't know if I could be a family man. At least I didn't until now, I see! So the reason Lord Elmaloy wanted to get the Lancer faction on his side first was that they were the easiest to trick, maybe. Ooh, with a dash, of course. And so we've come to make your future glory all the more certain, Lord Archibald. Time travel brings with it certain restrictions on what you can do in the past. We can't offer you too much aid, but when it comes to information... Yes, with your intervention, I'll have the advantage over the enemy at all stages in the process. The first thing you must do is eliminate Castor. The other masters don't know where he is. You can launch an attack first. The additional command spells the Overseer promised will be yours. Wonderful. So I'll get a fourth command spell before I've even used one? This battle's as good as won. I joined this battle mostly on a whim, but if my future descendants are intervening, perhaps there's more meaning to this than I thought. Please just keep in mind that such possibility cannot be ignored. We can only speak to events that have already been decided when it comes to our intervention. We must remain silent about anything that has not been observed by anyone in this temporal axis. Otherwise, the ripples caused by the change of history will grow too great and may activate the counterforce. Our very intervention has caused the future to change and lose its certainty. What happens now is unknown to us as well. These secret spells enter the realm of true magics, and so they aren't very easy to use, huh? I guess it all depends on how you use them. We're almost at Castor's workshop. This is where it gets rough. I've already passed the boundary, it seems. Something's coming. I mean, in this war, it's kind of stupid to be just going out here and, you know, using your Noble Phantasm, but... Because in most Fate media, you don't spam Noble Phantasms. That's not a thing. In this, it's like, whatever. We'll break through. Is that alright, Master? Yes, punish the owner of these filthy beasts in the name of Elmaloy. Elmaloy? I'll tell you about that some other time. Oh, well, one day. One day. Hey, it's Ryunosuke's hideout. This is... How disgusting. Who could do such a thing to a corpse? This explains the Overseer's hurry. Be careful, I'm detecting a servant very close to you. Yeah, unseen off screen. Lots of child corpses. How dare you Philistines interfere with our pursuit of beauty? Are you trying to stop the awakening of the Holy Maiden, too? The master who summoned him this time has only made him worse. Even without the Holy Grail War, he needs to be eliminated. Nonsense! You will be the one sacrificed here! I'll show you the greatest cool you've ever seen! I love that line. It's kind of dumb, and that's why I like it. Oh, so this mundane ending is also the will of God. Not very cool. Servant Castor's defeated. We've won. Yeah, where's his master, though? He's not a mage who poses any threat alone, but he is a murderer who will continue these acts on his own, even without Castor. He must be dealt with. But Castor himself has been defeated. Haven't we done what the Overseer asked? Indeed. Go to the Fuyuki Church and request your additional command spell. We'll clean things up here. That's right. I can't let the Overseer see you, can I? We'll meet again later. Thank you for your help. I hope I see you next time, future heroes. Now then, not looking forward to it, but let's track down this serial killer. Master, down that corridor. Someone's lying on the ground. He's dead. From the look of things, this was definitely the master that summoned Castor. No, did he have a fight with his servant? Wound is too clean. That's not how Castor would kill. Then who? Be careful, Mash Tanner. A servant is approaching you. But there wasn't anything a moment ago. You use strange techniques. Expect to be found. Is this another one of the assassins from before? It feels different. This is different. There was no servant like this in the Fourth Holy Grail War I knew. And this is the irregularity that you were searching for? Perhaps. This may have been what twisted the 1994 Fuyuki into a singularity. Even if this isn't the original cause, there must be some connection. I have no reason to fight you. If you simply let me go, I'll leave. It's not an option. We need to know who you are and why you're here. That's practically why we came here after all. I have no reason to acquiesce to your demands, and if you insist, I'll have to fight you. You heard them, Tanner. Though regrettable, it seems like violence is our only option. We'll neutralize and capture them, then get them to cooperate. Something strange about this servant. He has a different aura than the other servants in this Holy Grail War. Yes, and he feels familiar. He's more similar to us at Chaldea. Woohoo! That's right, he seems similar to Emiya-senpai the archer. Everyone be careful. I'm seeing a new servant. They're heading straight for you. But who could it be now? Oh no! Oh no, Master, get down! Oh, I know who this is gonna be. Are you okay, Master? Where'd this assassin go? I'm sorry, I lost track of his magical energy. He's probably already left the battlefield. That lightning just now destroyed my Golden Locks formation as well. Curse them. Yeah! Oh! The battle's already begun, it seems. Looks like we're a little late, kid. Huh, that's strange. Sure, we'd be the first. That's... Whew! I know that face! Yeah, that servant is probably Ryder. That master is... The first one's here? You idiot! You know more than anybody how primitive the method you used to find this place was. You didn't really think you could get a leg up on some of the best mages in the world with that, did you? Who are you? What are you talking about? This time and every other time, you only make it through your problems thanks to good luck. And because things work out in the end, you start to overestimate your own strength. That's why you never get better. You know this, right? Right? Okay, but who wouldn't yell at their young self? Wait a second. Why'd I ever get a lecture from someone I've never met? Who are you, anyway? You're not the caster who kidnapped the kids or his master, are you? You idiot. Can't even analyze the situation properly? I'm astonished you thought you could survive a Holy Grail War. Christ, you're an idiot. An idiot. A huge idiot. Go choke on some rice and die. Something seems to have gotten into Lord El Malloy. No one likes confronting their own past. Who do you think you are anyway? Status-wise, you're clearly a caster. The Overseers figured out that you're ignoring the Holy Grail War to do evil things. Bull crap. If you view someone's status, you should figure out that I'm a pseudo-servant, you moron. God, this is pathetic. The command spells on your hand are crying out in shame. What, a pseudo-what? It doesn't make sense for there to be extra casters. No one said anything about this. Hang on, kid. Whether or not this guy's a caster, he's definitely not the owner of this workshop. But how can you tell? By looking at the traces left here. Neither side was using the terrain or trying to avoid damage to the area where they fought. This wasn't a battle between an attacker and a defender. Someone tried to run, and someone tried to stop them. So neither the one who fled when we arrived, nor the people are our enemy. They must be someone else. Yes, the King of Conquerors knows exactly how to read a battlefield. Anyway, you with the gloomy face. What is it? You've been picking on the kid an awful lot. Does that mean you're prepared to fight the King of Conquerors? I didn't mean that. You know exactly which one of us is in the right. Maybe, but he is my master. If you want to pick a fight with him as his servant, that means you'll have to fight me. Ryder, you... That's... Lord? I thought the plan was not to fight Ryder. Let's retreat, Tanner. There's no sense in fighting here. How boring. And I thought you had a little more spine. So you're gonna say all that, then turn tail and run? What a wimp. Hey, don't get cocky. Ah! Wow, he sent the kid flying with a flick of a finger. We got it. We established connection. The summoning circle's complete. Finally. Good work. Now I can finally offer you some real support. Foo-foo! It's really a pain, though, meddling with the land another mage controls. Well, thanks to us, the ley line the Tosakas have kept for generations has been ripped to pieces. Well, good thing this isn't the main timeline. It'll take a lot of talent and technique to rebuild it. It'll be a good practice lesson. You're a tough teacher, huh? Can't be me. Not at all. I'm simply offering my students a challenge equal to their abilities and tenacity. In other words, I hold the daughter of the Tosakas in extremely high regard. No point in talking about that now, though. Sorry to interrupt your break, but you have a visitor. One approaching servant. Looks like a Saber. Woo! Saber. Pretoria Pendragon, the one we saw at the wharf? Probably. Guess we exposed ourselves too much. We made it very obvious that we're an enemy. It's inevitable they'd retaliate. Servant, Saber class. Once again, I challenge you. Let's have a fair fight. A fair fight, huh? I know exactly what you're up to. This Holy Grail War, the Einspurns are using their servant as a decoy while a hired assassin strikes from the shadows. What? I'll thank you not to make false accusations. What are you planning? I can tell that you weren't an officially summoned servant. What do we do, Lord Elmalloy? I like to avoid unnecessary battles, but it would hurt us to leave this circle we just established. We have the high ground, Tanner. We'll draw out the battle until they decide to leave. Got it. And Mash, in this battle, keep an eye out for ambushers on your master. I'll use my Kimen Dunjai to support you. If you sense anything strange, deal with it immediately. Roger. Mash Curie Light commencing combat. It's certainly increased. This is tough. They have the ley lines on their side. As the fight drags on, we'll be at a disadvantage. Irisfeel, I can still fight. I have plenty of magical energy stored up. They're hanging in there longer than I thought. This is gonna be rough. Watch out! What? I knew it, an ambush. That attack. Yes, it wasn't targeted at Senpai. It was for Saber's master. They're not working with the Einspurns? There's someone else entirely? Spells that control the terrain make it so I can't hide, huh? This is tough to work with. That's the servant who killed Castor's master! It's an assassin. Are they after both of us? No, I'm only interested in one target. You, bearer of the Grail. What? It's not that you've done anything wrong. Taking your life is simply the quickest route to dismantling the Grail. I won't let you. Ah! Saber and assassin have begun combat. What should we do? Regardless of what that assassin's after, we can't lose Saber here. Tanner, move to support Einspurn. Stop getting in my way. You're not part of the Holy Grail War, are you? Neither are you, it seems. What are you after? Why are you trying to kill the Einspurn Master? There's no point in explaining it. I'm commanded from beyond the bounds of human understanding. I cannot coexist with those trapped by ethics. Assassin has retreated. Shall we follow? No, let's avoid any other battles. Overexerting ourselves just makes us a target for other enemies. I'd like to suggest Einspurn that she put away her weapon for the day. You have more threats to worry about than just us. Very well, you did save us. You may not believe me, but we don't intend to make enemies of the Einspurn clan. We couldn't help what happened on the wharf. In fact, I'd imagine Saber there found it strange that we didn't pursue her. That's right, Irisfiel. Something strange about the way they fight. Yes, shoot Saber! I don't know why, but there's a meekness as if they're trying to keep themselves from winning. I'll make this simple. Are you our enemies or our friends? Our goal does not involve the battle for the Grail, and to achieve that, we need your Saber kept safe. That's all I can say for now while still telling you the truth. Very well. As long as you don't make yourselves obvious enemies of the Einspurns, we'll leave you alone. That's a really expressive sprite for Irisfiel. I like it. We have lots of other enemies we need to prioritize first. Let me ask you something. You know who that assassin was? Not really. He was saying something strange, that neither of you were participants in the Holy Grail War. That assassin's presence is clearly an irregularity. Not that we're one to talk in that respect. Our immediate goal is to solve the mystery of his identity. The mystery, huh? He did seem strange, yes. What do you mean? I've never met him, but for some reason, he seems like someone I'm deeply related to. Like he was here only to kill me, and I was only here to be killed by him. That can't be true. It felt like we existed only to destroy and be destroyed. The intuition of a homunculus, the crowning achievement of the Einspurn's most secret techniques, cannot be easily dismissed. Fated to kill each other. No, Irisfiel, that's not true. I will protect you with my blade. You are here on this battlefield to be victorious. Yes, you're right. With a servant like you at my side, I have nothing to fear at all. One last thing. Heroic spirit with the shield. Your support was wonderful, thank you. No, thing looks like a shield. That's what I think it is. Oh, there it is! No, she doesn't know herself yet. It's not right for me to say. Yeah, that's pretty obvious then, huh? Something's up with Master's shield? No, not really. But you aren't bad people. That I'm sure of. Yes, it makes me happy to hear that, but... Woohoo! Just like you suggested, I sent a familiar to the Mato Mansion last night and negotiated with them. Berserker will join our battle, with the condition we provide with them an opportunity to face the Tosaka clan's servant. Thank you very much. I'm not certain that it justified the trouble you went through. What? What do you mean? There's been a major development on our side. Decisive improvement, you could say. We were able to observe several factors that were still uncertain, allowing us to share much more information with you while still avoiding paradoxes. As a result, we can now tell you the entire truth. The whole truth about the Fuyuki Grail War. Oh? What do you mean? Didn't you find it strange to begin with? Why would a huge ceremony involving a battle for an omnipotent wish granter take place in the middle of nowhere so far from the clock tower? And then there's the fact that out of 7 participants, only 1 slot was provided for the Mages Association. Yes, well, that's why I participated. Even if I didn't live up to its reputation, it was still a fun game with a little risk. Or with little risk. It's worse than simply not living up to its reputation. The whole Fuyuki Grail War is fake. Hello? Are we just saying this? Senpai, you're letting it show! Keep a poker face! This is all a conspiracy. Oh my god. By an enemy of the Archibald family, the Trambellios. The plan was to get you away from the clock tower for a period of time, and then while you were away, quickly expand their influence in the Mages Association. What? We knew that you would fall for this Trambellio trap, and we decided to intervene in the past. But we couldn't warn you about it in advance. In order to share knowledge of the future, we needed to observe unshakable evidence in the past that a conspiracy existed. Wow. How does he come up with this stuff? Last night, we found that proof. We have direct testimony from the Tosakas, one of the 3 clans behind the Holy Grail War. How did you get it? We destroyed every ley line we could find in this city. Of course, this destruction had nothing to do with the Grail War, but that's why the Tosakas gave in. They didn't want to lose the rights to their land over a fake Holy Grail War. The Tosakas confessed to colluding with the Trambellios in order to lure you out with a fake 4th Grail War. What makes it worse is that he's mixing in truth with the lies. I know you wanted glory not as a researcher, but as a warrior, and created the perfect arena to lure you out. That's the true nature of the Fuyuki ritual. The other participants, the Holy Church's overseer, they're all decoys to make the farce more believable. How intricate, how wicked! But those Trembellios, those fools that espouse democracy so much, might just do something like that. Why have I wasted so much of my valuable time on this? Well, he fell for it, yeah. But it wasn't a total loss. Your defeat of Castor was truly impressive. I think that display of boldness may have only increased Lady Sola Ui's love for you. You think so? I'm sure of it. I am a man who's very sensitive to how women feel in that regard. I believe I was never interested in him before, but now I've seen how brave he is, I've gone from hating him to loving him. It was a change of that magnitude, I believe. Oh my! Wait, what was that last part? That one part? Well, whatever. It all worked out in the end. Oh man, I'm starting to kind of feel bad for him. But still, there's no time to waste. You must hurry to London and stop the Trembellio plot. No matter how secure the Archibald family is, without you, they're no match for the wicked plots of the populists. The aristocracy. The fate of our very clan depends on this. Curse those sneaky Trembellios! Curse you, Valuyayeta! I'll show you a thing or two. Sola Ui, hurry and get ready. Our new battle lies beyond the sea. Master, I, Diarmid, shall accompany you. I never had a wish for the Grail to begin with. My spear shall accompany you no matter the battle. Oh, excellent. I'm sure that if you have a servant at your side, Lady Sola Ui will be very happy. Oh, I wonder why that is. Lancer, by my command spell, I order you, stay here and continue the Holy Grail War. What? Farce or not, now that I've entered the battle, I must win in order to maintain my reputation. Amazing, Lord Elmaloy. You know exactly how important the Archibald reputation is. I leave you my servant as a present. You may represent the clan in my stead. Defeat everyone involved in this stupid farce and show them who is truly strong. Leave it to me. Very well. If you say so, Master, I shall do my best with my new master. This is awful. I've never seen someone get a servant contract just by making stuff up. One last thing. You said you saw a draft of a love letter in my study, right? Yes, what of it? I would never allow someone to search my room while there was something so foolish still in it. Am I wrong in thinking that study referred to is one whose master never returned to it? Yes, that's right. I suppose in that regard I should thank you. Your words honor me, my old master. You are the lord I wish to be. You're the great Elmaloy. Your talents are the greatest treasure the clock tower has. Please, take care of yourself. Lord Elmaloy. Well, I guess here I'll call you Lord Elmaloy II, but what is it? I'm likely wasting my time here, but all those lies you told your predecessor, you're aware of how false they really are, right? What do you mean, Doctor? Valdi isn't a time machine, and you guys aren't there from the future. The singularity is just a tiny little area, a bubble appearing on the ashes of human history. Once the irregularity that created the bubble is gone, it'll be like a dream that has nothing to do with real history. Thus, no matter how hard you work, you can't actually change history. Even if you save someone here, that salvation is only temporary. In the timeline you're from, the dead will remain dead, and the tragedy will remain a tragedy. It's theoretically impossible to change the past via a ray shift. Everything you're doing is meaningless. Ooh. Why does that matter, Doctor? I just wanted to make sure that you personally knew that nothing would come of this. It seems to me like you're trying to get through this as peacefully and smoothly as possible. But you don't need to. There are simpler and easier ways, aren't there? Nothing will come of it, huh? Maybe that's how it looks to you. To me, this has a lot of meaning. Even if I can't really save them, I wanted to do the best I could here. This isn't atonement for the past. My heart refused to let me. Be weak enough to make the same mistake twice, that's all. You're free to laugh at me if you like. I just don't want to be forced to realize my own powerlessness again. Of course, the pain and regret is mine alone. It means nothing to anyone else. Okay, I won't bring it up again. So do you have a plan for our next move? Yes, Kenneth prepared an alliance for us with the Berserker group. We'd be foolish to let that go to waste. You're Lancer's master? I've been asked to participate in the Holy Grail War in his stead. You're Mato Karia, Berserker's master, right? Yeah. You're gonna keep your promise, right? Of course. Archer's a serious threat to us as well. Your servant's noble phantasm can defeat him. If you want to deal with him, it'll help us a lot. A one-on-one battle with the Tosaka servant. Someplace where no one else will interfere. Going to provide us that? Here in this forest? More specifically, at the mansion deep in this forest. Right now, Archer, Saber, and Ryder are all there having a standoff. Oh, we're invading the meeting! Lord El Malloy, does that mean they're all going to fight each other? No, it doesn't. All three of them have something they prize more than strategy. Their pride is kings. I see. By the way, what is this forest? It's far away from Fuyuki's city limits. It's an area the Ainsburn set aside for the Holy Grail War. Of course, it has a powerful barrier. Wait, is it okay for us to just walk straight into a dangerous place like that? It's not a problem. Ryder destroyed all the alarms and defensive traps. There's no reason to worry. Sounds like things are getting rough. What's going on inside there? Listen to this. They're just having a drinking party. They're really drinking, Senpai. What is Ryder wearing? Also, is that a barrel? And what's that cup-like thing with the long handle? Who? I can't see what's going on since it's just audio. It sounds like something unbelievable. Oh? That's a strange pairing, I see. You people are... Did you join forces with Berserker? Why? Are you going to attack us here? That's Tosaka Tokiomi's servant, Archer. Grrr. Who gave you permission to look upon me, mad dog? Your insolence warrants death. If they're here to ruin our banquet, does that mean we'd all fight them together? No. Those who violate my laws must be judged by my wrath. I am the king of heroes, and none may stand against me. I see. So you're laying down the law as a king, then? Then there's no reason for me to get involved. Saber and her master have no problem with that, I assume. I'd like to ask them to take it somewhere else, but as long as they aren't attacking us, we've no reason to intervene. Excellent. The terms of the battle are laid down. Berserker's only foe here is Archer. We will intervene in the fight and take down Archer. Tanner, your orders. Kill him. Crush him, Berserker. This should be the end for him. Damn you, what a farce. Oh, did we kill him? We did it. The king of heroes, the greatest threat of the fourth... Wow. Okay. He's defeated. Did you see that? I showed Tokiomi. Berserker's master is... This is bad. The vital signs I'm seeing here shows he's dying. Damn it, we made him use too much magical energy. Hey, if you're gonna pass out, at least bind Berserker with a command spell. Uh-oh, he collapsed. Woohoo! It's okay, he's just unconscious. He's still breathing. No. When this Berserker loses control, go after Saber. But why is it attacking me? Got no choice. Tanner, let's give up on Berserker. We'll take him out here. Isn't he on our side? Not really. We can't put Saber in danger here. With Archer out of the picture now, we're past the stage where we need Berserker's help anyway. This won't be a pleasant fight, but I guess I've got no choice against this mad warrior. That's your noble phantasm gives you an advantage against him. Stop whining and help. What's going on here? That should be it. There we go. Pierce him, gay dirg. Now Tanner, finish him. Hold it. Fighter defended Berserker? Hey, what are you doing?
Yes, I've thought about it and I've decided. I'm joining forces with the Mad War.
Oh, great. Oh, wow. That's not good. What? Where's this coming from? What's the point of siding with him?
Well, there isn't one, probably.
Then why? Just ignore him.
I'm not choosing who to side with. I'm choosing who to fight. The King of Heroes was my main target and he's gone. So I was deciding who to fight next.
You want to fight Saber next?
Nope. That gloomy-looking strategist with the furrowed brow. He's my enemy.
What? Why fight me? You don't stand to gain anything.
No, not really.
Done everything I possibly could to avoid a conflict with you, so why?
I just don't like you for some reason, that's all.
What? Bufu? What? Why do you always stop making sense whenever something important happens?
What doesn't make sense here's that strategist. He doesn't make sense at all. He's some kind of strange servant, neither human nor heroic spirit, and his predictions are so accurate it's scary. He clearly exists outside the rules of this battle, and yet he's obviously trying to intervene. The one thing I can say for sure is that he's here to interfere with the Holy Grail War. I don't know what he's after, but I'm one of the servants summoned for the battle. Someone who's trying to destroy the battle itself is a far greater threat than a mere enemy, right? Saber, Lancer, if you want me to work with him, you're my enemy. And thus I'll side with Berserker. Very simple, right?
What will you do, Master? If you order me to defeat him before Berserker, I'll do it. Is it okay to fight? No, don't do it. Forgot what we're here for? We're only allowed to defeat 4 servants. I already defeated Caster and Archer, as well as most of the assassins. If we make an enemy out of both of them, then that's more than 4.
Excellent. Enemies who are smart, but nothing else are easy to handle. Once Berserker is revived, we'll settle things then. Farewell.
I look away for 1 second. You've got even more friends, huh? You guys are such a pain. Now that you've been caught twice by the 8 Gates Goldenlocks formation, you realize it's pointless to hide your presence? But how condescending of you to just walk straight up to us. Well, I'll never get anywhere just waiting for my chance. The Holy Grail War is nearing its end. For its conclusion, I must have that homunculus destroyed. You're after the vessel of the Holy Grail after all. Seems like our goals are similar, but our methodology is different. The vessel of the Holy Grail? Yes, she's pretending to be Saber's master, but she is serving a different purpose. She collects the souls of fallen heroic spirits. A lesser grail, the key that opens the greater grail. Like giving an autonomous personality. An autonomous personality to ceremonial equipment. Yep, that works. You're quite knowledgeable, but I don't really like you saying I'm pretending to be a master. Am I not a proper master? Is that what you want to say? There's no reason to hide anything this late in the game, homunculus. Irisfield is being used as bait. I know the true master is hiding in the shadows. What do you mean? Irisfield is my master, totally and completely. I'm not contracted to anyone else. What? Will you yeah, because, okay, well, if she has a command spell, then that is 100% the truth. Will you see this and still doubt? Command spells? Then you really did contract with Saber. Lord Helmalloy, this is no time to be surprised. The enemy servant is coming at us. Big Scoopy. Giving me a hard time. Hold on, fighting any more isn't going to get us anywhere. There's nothing for either of us to gain. Either of us to gain. It's almost like you completely understand what's going on with me. You have nothing going on personally. You're a servant without a master. You're not fighting to benefit anyone at all. No master. And what about the contract? How is he getting supplied with magical energy? Of course, a servant can only materialize in this world when there's a summoning and a contract. However, in his case, the contract wasn't made with a human. Isn't that right, envoy of the Counterforce? Oh! Counterforce? Then this heroic spirit has been contracted with the world itself? How did you come to that conclusion? We're not part of this temporal axis, and thus have a bird's eye view of the situation here. We know that the end of the Holy Grail War here in Fuyuki will lead to the end of the world. What was that? What do you mean? I wasn't going to say anything until the end, but there's nothing for it. I'm coming clean. Ritual here at Fuyuki will succeed, unlike in the past and future. It will lead in the activation of the Greater Grail. The reason all of this was observed by Shiba was that this area had to be the cause of the singularity. I see, it wasn't just observed as an unstable dimension, but as the origin of the collapse that would become the singularity. You guys know not only of the past, but also of the future? From a different temporal axis? That is correct. I witnessed the failure of the Fourth War, investigated the Fifth War, and prevented the Sixth War from happening. That's who I am. And I've assumed the role of pinpointing what makes this battle different from others I've known. The answer to that is you, Irisfiel. You are a vessel of the Holy Grail, and also a master that controls a servant. It was supposed to take another 10 years to complete. The Einsburn family's ultimate homunculus. 10 years, It's a small difference, but this is a definite advantage. I mean, for the Einsburn family to find a way to win, not via a makeshift guerrilla warfare, but actual frontal assault. Having a master with the highest specs, commanding the strongest servant, and access to the lesser grail. Victory is certain for Einsburn, and this victory is plenty of reason for the counterforce to activate. Holy Grail War you know of didn't have any interference from the counterforce. That's right, it wasn't a factor during the Third War. Meanwhile, the chance of success was about 50-50 during the Fourth and Fifth War. At the very least, from the perspective of the world, there was no real emergency to get involved. During the Fourth War, the Einsburns' research results were behind by one whole generation. When they finally completed the research during the Fifth War, they made a mistake in their strategy. To be honest, I'm surprised to see that this time the Einsburns managed to call checkmate on everyone. Seeing how perfect the results of the Einsburns' research are this time, probably even call her a pseudo-Holy Grail. I'm not sure whether or not you're praising me or insulting me, but I'm gonna need you to explain more. What do you mean the world will end if the Fuyuki Holy Grail is completed? Yes, allow me to tell you everything. Agent of the Counterforce should follow along as well. I'll show you an even better way to accomplish the task you have been given. A simpler and even more certain way than destroying this homunculus here. Well, I can't say that's entirely simpler. Let me ask you something instead, heroic spirit. Would you do anything because it's a simpler way? Do you wish to kill Irisfiel here, no matter what happens? Who? I do not know. I have not thought of that. I'd resigned myself to thinking there was no other choice. I did not have the luxury of options. And now that you're telling me to choose, I am faced with a conflict within myself that is rather difficult to explain. You're telling me there is a different choice with this homunculus. Then I think I would like to explore that as well. I wonder why. I've never experienced this feeling before. It's because you still have a human heart left in you. A foolish but noble soul from before you became part of the machine known as the Counterforce. And so, that's how I became Berserker's master.
I see. Hey kid, does everyone in this Holy Grail War have a tragic story?
Yep, that's it. That's Fate Zero right there. So, Mato, was it? Now that you've taken out Archer, what do you plan on doing next? Finishing off Tosaka Tokiyomi, of course. He's powerless without a servant, so this time...
Right.
But, really? The flick on him? The punch! You punched him! Punched him! Isn't that gonna kill him?
Hey, Mato Karia, who do you want to protect? Who should you save first?
That would be Sakura.
So if you killed that Tokiyomi guy, would the situation change for her right away?
But without the Grail, Zoken is going to...
So would finishing off Tokiyomi be the fastest way to get the Grail? Jeez. So your need, priority, and capability aren't lining up in the least, you fool. You're not worthy of sharing my path of conquest yet. Time to go, kid.
That was a short partnership. Huh? Where?
To conquer and pillage, of course.
What?
Unfortunately, it seems the mastermind is out. Well, I burned all the bugs in that basement to a crisp. Let's call it a day! Yeah, by the way, I brought this girl. Yes!
Sakura, you saved her.
Don't be stupid. I'm not a savior. I'm a conqueror. That makes this girl part of my plunder. She's my slave,
which is still a better fate than anything with Zoken.
What?
Hey, what are you saying?
But now that she's my slave, I'm willing to trade her on my own terms.
Want to solve this with money?
Not at all. That right hand of yours will do. Give it to me along with your command spells.
Oh, but wouldn't that...
Well, with your current state, it's possible you die. It's your one life, you decide what to do with it. You take the chance to save this girl and possibly live your days, or fight to the end with Berserker. You decide.
Sakura. Okay, take my right hand.
Got it! Then clench your teeth hard and endure it. Ugh. Good. It seems the Crestworms came along with this hand. I'm sure they picked the command spells over their host.
Will he be okay?
The rest is up to fate, though his chances are low. Kid, take care of him as much as you can.
I'm not that good with healing spells.
Hey, Mithrines. This girl and half-dead boy here. Take them out of Fuyuki, find a building with a red cross on it, carry them there, and return.
Is that the kind of job you would ask a heroic spirit to do?
You're the one who had me get water from a river, and you want to say that? Well, there is no other course. We must hurry and head to the next battlefield.
Next? You're gonna fight them all without Berserker?
You worried, kid?
What are you saying? You're stronger than everyone. I don't think we'd lose, even if all the servants came at us at once.
Well said. Now let us hurry to the decisive battle.
The two of them and... Oh, yes!
My manor is burning. My cute bugs are dead. Oh, this is karma. That Karya, what did he do? And where's Sakura? They ran out on me. Ah, those damn brats.
Oh, he's gonna get murdered by... Oh, good.
Berserker. This magical energy has been used up and he's about to disappear,
But the one thing he'll do, right?
these are Karya's command spells. He turned his back on the Holy Grail War and ran. But for him to cut off his hand and dump it here, that's not something a coward like him would do. There. You're upset you got betrayed too, huh? You're just like me. I just can't let this go. Guess we'll just have to show them what happens to savages who oppose the Mato family.
No! That's a twist that I didn't see coming. Okay. Can't believe it. The Greater Grail's tainted by an anti-hero? Seeing is believing. It's fast to just have you see the real thing. Dismantling of the Greater Grail. No way to solve the problem at its root. Why didn't you do it? Well, it's kind of like taking out nitroglycerin from a huge vat. If you're not careful, the container will break and spell disaster. In order to do it safely, you need preparations. Couldn't just happen over a night or two. We have enough firepower to blow away a vat along with its explosive contents. It's possible things would go our way. Based on quick estimate, in addition to us from Caldia, if we get at least 3 more servants, we could do what we needed to. Oh, but if we could unify the 3 factions, yes, only 4 servants would end up defeated, achieving our goal and resolving the issue at hand in a peaceful way. Didn't think the counterforce would become involved. Couldn't be a better ally if we had him on our side. No matter when or where we're called for battle, we will always shed blood for purposes beyond human intellect. It is not unusual for us to find ourselves against everyone without being understood by a single person. So this is a strange feeling. It's been a long time since I've worked with someone. Huh? Yeah, they were caught in my bounded fields as well. As I thought, I guess presence and concealment doesn't work against a better assassin. I'm also good at lurking in the shadows. Both of us are aware of what the other is capable of. Yep. They ain't saying a thing. Oh, it's weird when it's quiet. It's... aside from that, I guess. Why would you try so hard to destroy our wish? Oh ho ho! Oh, a bell, I can hear the bell toll. Oh, great founder. The first and last old man. Please, please forgive me. I have blundered yet again. Perhaps Tosaka, having lost Archer, was plotting a comeback by switching to Assassin. The Tosaka family's a hot mess. It's only fair for a talented, no, privileged family to meet adversity. Woo! Normally he's a fair person, but sometimes I feel like he's fighting with something we can't see. This is the place where our final battle took place in Singularity F. What do you think, Einspur? Now that we're here, it's obvious that the magical energy radiating from the Greater Grail has been altered. Yes, unfortunately. This is not even close to the Holy Grail that we sought after. How ironic. By the time victory was finally within our reach, what we desperately desired to win had already been destroyed. Even before checking its contents, I can feel the evil presence hidden within. Is it okay to just break this carelessly? Only 3 servants have been defeated. It's not enough to awaken hunger, mind you. Even if it overflows, it'll just be a mass of ambiguous curses with no purpose at this point. We can handle it with the force that we have now. Wait, I'm picking up magical energy. The servant is approaching at incredible speed. Speed is not normal. It must be the type of noble phantasm that can increase mobility. Increase mobility, that means... Yes, it must be Ryder. Ryder, why now?
Oh, good. Looks like it's still not too late.
You still intend to continue the Holy Grail War? Don't you sense the cursed magical energy that's coming from the Greater Grail? That is not the wish granter you were looking for. Wake up already to the fact that you've been tricked.
Huh? Well, I don't give a damn.
You don't?
No. I just came to stop you guys from running away with the winnings. You, the strategist with a wry face. This is the perfect battlefield for us, I must say.
I don't get it. What is it that makes you oppose us so much?
It seems you somehow can see what lies beyond our fate, but isn't that boring? If that's really the case, I must at least play the role of someone who ruins your plan.
What?
I can tell you're also chasing a shadow on the path of conquest, which means you share the same joy as me, the king of conquerors. I must entertain a fellow like you, for that's my duty as a king.
It's obvious the kind of catastrophe this cursed-filled Greater Grail is capable of causing. The world is facing a crisis. Despite the situation, you still want to fight me for such a selfish motive? What are you thinking?
Sure, you grumble, but you do like 'em, don't you? Games.
What?
Your burden and resolve do not matter. Unless you enjoy the challenge that's in front of you, life has no meaning. Get more fired up, strategist. I will even stake my own path of conquest. Come, time to finish this.
Oh, so he recognized him. Okay. You to go that far. Are you saying I'm worthy as your opponent?
Of course. Though I have no knowledge of where you came from or how you are connected with me.
Oh, wait, what? Guess not.
But what stands in front of me is a warrior. I won't be satisfied unless I defeat this man.
Oh, wow, it's smiling. Okay. What's going on? Sorry, Tanner, my master. This will be my one selfish request. Let me fight him. My mission, the fate of the world, I'll put it all aside. That face looks like a waiver. I'll focus solely on him. I don't even know if I can win or not. Let me just let me at him. Sounds exciting. Oh! Yeah! We do it! Ryder?
Well done. Stone Sentinel Mace, huh? You got me there.
This is not a skill I mastered myself. I gained it by accident. For all of my own ability, I'm no match for you.
A moron.
Did Ryder just flick his forehead? Why would you do that to him?
It doesn't matter whose power you wield on the path of conquest. How you wield it, lead it, that's what makes the difference. If you saw my Ionian Hytyroi with your own eyes, I'd expect you to at least understand that, idiot.
Ryder.
Huh? Did it hurt? Sorry, I don't know how to control my own strength. I lost the feeling in my fingertips lately, so... Well, since you've already gotten such deep lines in your forehead, I assume a small attack won't leave a scar, right?
Oh, is he actually crying? Oh, man. Wow. Oh, and he actually has the... Aw. Nonsense. Some scars affect the heart more than the body.
Give me a break. Anyway, it was a good fight. Sorry, kid, but it's time for me to go.
Why? I'm the one who's supposed to cry now. Why are you crying instead? You're right. I'm embarrassed to be seen this way. I never thought I would have such a meeting in this lifetime. But what? Lord El Malloy? Woo! What was that attack? From where?
You dropped your guard, strategist. I guess the magecraft you're so proud of is useless if you're distracted by something so pathetic.
Berserker! Damn, I didn't expect to be ambushed at this stage. You must be Zolgan. Yes, Makiri's mage. What on earth are you doing? Sorry, I got confused again for a sec, so I was thinking back to when Zolgan appeared earlier, but it's because, yeah, it's, yeah.
That's my line, Einsburn. Helping to dismantle the Greater Grail. Have you fallen so far that you've even forgotten the wish of the Founding Three?
It's so obvious. The ritual failed a long time ago. Heaven's Feel will never be achieved with the Grail in a state like this.
So what? What's wrong with it? What we become? What we achieve? That no longer has any meaning. We've devoted everything to the past 500 years. I don't care as long as I can witness the fruit of our labor.
Zolgan, are you out of your mind?
Who knows? How do you separate sanity from insanity? Not now that my soul has withered away, I can no longer tell.
You go to Zolgan's, like, Tumblr page, and it's like,
Welcome to the twisted machinations of my mind. I love Super Hulock. Still, I will not let you lay one finger on the Greater Grail. This is the realization of our old dream. I will never hand it over.
I do like how Saber does get a oh. Wow. That's so rad. And just be careful. A's gone. Cool beans. We have defeated Berserker. How's Lord El Malloy? He's unconscious and in critical condition. He needs help right away, but the fact we defeated Berserker means...
Ah, fools! To think you unwittingly helped to bring this ceremony to its completion.
I see, that was the fifth servant defeated.
At this stage, I no longer need the Lesser Grail to extract the sacrifice's magical energy. With my life's final ritual, I'll fuel them directly into the Greater Grail.
I didn't think we'd get Zoken as a villain again, and yet here we are. I'm losing the magical energy I was conserving. Zolkin, is this your doing?
No, I only hastened its awakening. Not in an imitation like yourself, but in a true vessel.
Master, someone is coming out of the Greater Grail. Woo! Oh no, never mind. Dark Iris Veil? Yo! It's Iris dressed up like Dark Sakura. Well done, Makuri Zolgan. You're more shriveled up than the last time I saw you.
Oh, Justice, the chalice of heaven. Your beauty is exquisite. I see, so that's it. My role was no more than to recall your visage.
My senile old foe, enough. Your part is over. Now go. Dream of the ideals that will never be fulfilled. Then die. Wow, I didn't know about that. Zolgan. Berserker's master was devoured. Still not enough. As if my vessel could be filled with 5 measly heroic spirits. You awaken me after preparing such a pitiful offering. The preparations for the feast are far from complete. This is interesting because we're literally talking to the Grail. Justice Lizrich. No, it's a ruined holy grail polluted by all the evils of the world. What a foolish remark from my descendant. I am the chalice of heaven, the incarnation of the third magic, who shall reach the root and annihilate all evil. It's time. Pledge me your lives and souls. I will draw upon your blood to fulfill the cherished wish of 1,000 years. Heroic spirit of the shield, Assassin of the Counterforce, please protect the Master. Yes, leave it to me. Yes, I will. Okay. Interesting. We are just fleeing. Not what I expected. Oh, hey, you're awake. So glad you regained consciousness. Woo! My spirit core is undamaged, but I can't move my body. Guess a pseudo-spirit has its limits. Interesting. Waver Velvet, you're the key here. Huh? I know who you are, you brat. The immature dream of a brat who always laments his own weakness. Are you prepared to finally wake up? The terror of wielding overwhelming power. The terror that heavy responsibility imposes. Still tastes as the sensations? These sensations while you're still just a brat? Fine. I'm ready. You have no other choice, right? You truly are a fool. A fool who doesn't know his place. You truly understand nothing at all. That's exactly why he once took a particular interest in you. Glory lies beyond the horizon. Huh? Tell me, what am I supposed to do? Take my hand and pray. The art of certain victory. The mode of harmonizing with changes is a matter of opportunity. The art of certain victory. The mode of harmonizing with charges is a matter of opportunity. Did they just transfer the spirit? Oh! Whoa! What's this? What's happening to me? As it seems you've gained the strategist's favor. He permits you to be his temporary avatar. Well, that's why Young Waver is level 3 Ascension then. Instead of my broken body, he can boss you around as much as he wants. Woo! I can tell. There's something inside me. Zhu Liang, what? Rejoice, young man. There's that word. Yours the hero you dreamed of being. Oh, wow. Oh, that... Now, can you do your new form justice? Yeah, I can. I can do this. We need to hurry, Senpai, while Saber and Lancer are still alive. I don't know if I like him with the coat. I'd kind of prefer if I could get a costume of him without the coat, personally. I mean, I get it, but it's... I don't know, I don't love it too much. I'd take that off and instead just, like, give a costume of just Waver. You know, but... oh well, that's just me. Is that the best you can do, pathetic heroic spirit? It's like you remain solely to nourish me. This isn't good, I'm nearing my limit. She's stronger than I imagined at this rate. Hold on a bit longer and push through. What? Why did you return? No, Lancer the boy is different from before. It's magical energy, he's clearly a servant. We've returned to our former strength. We have Saber, Lancer, and the Counterforce Assassin. The lineup he envisioned is assembled. All we need is orders, Tanner. This will be the final battle. Foolishness. I'll devour every one of you. Return to your origins within my chalice. The Black Grail, huh? Oh, the Black Grail attacks first, gave curse to all? He does it. Got that stun too. But now we see it's from this. Hey, what are you gonna give us then? Here, yeah, we got that. Why, this hand. It's meant to reach the ends of the stars. Did we win? The enemy's magical energy has disappeared. Victory is ours. Yo, good job. You okay? How you doing, bud? I had no idea. Never knew that fighting for one's life was this terrifying. You did well. Very well for one's first battle. You deserve praise for not freezing in terror. Be proud and bask in the glory of your victory. Everyone. We're all heroic spirits summoned to Fuyuki by the Greater Grail. But it's gone, they can't retain their form. It's time to part ways. It was a taxing battle, but I am glad it ended well. May we meet on another battlefield. I am sure it will happen when the fate of the world is at stake. Foo, and then Foo disappears too. The Holy Grail we detected from Caldia has disappeared without a trace. Also, Irisfield. You no longer have the ability to transform into the Holy Grail. What do you intend to do now? Yes, now that the Holy Grail War has been rendered meaningless, my existence is of no value. I helped to destroy the Greater Grail with my own hands. There's no way I can return to Einsburn now. Our original goal included recovering the Holy Grail that appeared in the Singularity. If you like, why not return with us to Caldia? Yeah, if we abandon her, someone else might try to use her later for more sinister purposes. It's probably best for us to take her under our wing. Can we do that? She's a homunculi. There's someone with no one left to turn to. It's a generous offer. Yes, I accept. I entrust myself to you all. Master from another world, let's work for a better future. I mean, I guess we got Sieg somehow, so well, no, but he's also part... I don't know. We welcome you. Are you guys returning too? Yes, Zulang as well. Relax, you'll soon return to your ordinary, mediocre self. You were right, this power is still a bit too much for me. Now that you know that, it's time to continue your studies. Someday you'll be forced to bear this power. Consoled by the fact that you still have time, become strong while you still can. You sound just like Ryder. Don't embarrass me. Still no match for the King of Conquerors. Still, you say? Does that mean you're also training to eventually be his equal? Route to the surface is a labyrinth of caves, so I'll take you there. Then we part ways. Woohoo! I guess I should say goodbye as well. You're not returning to the surface? I don't originally belong to this world, so it's a waste of time. If I wait, I'll be summoned back to the throne. That's right, I forgot what type of being you were. It's strange. We met. I had the feeling that only death would separate us. Yes, it's weird, but I don't know why. Yet this strange feeling is not unpleasant. Same here. I thought I was cursed to fulfill my mission only through sacrifice or death. Now for the first time, I feel like I was able to fight, protect something. Thank you. Though I don't know whether it's my place to say such words. Yes, goodbye. I'm glad I could meet you, nameless heroic spirit. So they're not going to take off his... They're not going to take off his hood. Interesting. Interesting. So it's only a reveal for if you kind of get him, I guess. Good work. You went through a lot this time. Foo-foo. And she's now giving Miss Irisfield a thorough checkup. I'm surprised. I never thought a Holy Grail could exist in such a form. What about Lord Elmalloy? How are his injuries? Compared to a genuine servant, servants like us who possess the flesh of human beings will die if they suffer too much damage. Yes, I'll be in the ICU for a while. He needs complete rest. How reckless to have someone else form a contract with a heroic spirit while seriously injured. It was nonchalant, so you wouldn't be alarmed, but it was actually in really bad shape. Foo! Thanks to him, we somehow pulled through. Also, the heroic spirit was an agent of the Counterforce. Right. A strange encounter. Think that even after humanity's history has been incinerated, the Counterforce would still function. I know what the Counterforce is, so what was he exactly? The Counterforce. In theory, it's a force that acts to preserve the human race. It's said that people who accomplished rare feats of valor and life are summoned by this Counterforce. If a crisis threatens the human race, they are summoned through time and space to eliminate the source of the calamity. They are servants who have no master, summoned solely to fight? Yes, even in death, their souls are tasked with a mission to fight for all eternity. I cannot possibly understand their feelings. They must endure unspeakable anguish. Yes, although I'm a mere demi-servant and not a heroic spirit, I cannot imagine being summoned to battle without a master. Really? Yes, what supports me in battle is you, Senpai, the one I sealed a contract with. That bond gives me the strength and courage to overcome fear. To fight without such support would be too cruel. Ooh. It's really interesting. They don't do the reveal unless it happens right here. Come out already? You're the star performer. No one will interfere now. Who's this? So you knew. I don't want to. What a pain. Isn't conserving energy popular in this age? I wanted to catch you off your guard. Oh! Well, good job picking up on me instead. I appreciate the welcome. Less lonely. Why didn't you warn your friends of the danger? They only destroyed a contaminated Holy Grail. I'll remind you its contents remain separate. I didn't want you to rely on the help of others intervening from another world. Your curse belongs solely to this world. It does not extend to theirs. It is logical for me to deal with you alone. Oh, how nice. It's a fine thing to take pride in one's work. I guess it would be painful for us to be pitied when we fight. No one would gain anything. Happiness is everything, right? Well, anyway. In that sense, you're just as much on the losing side as I am. I know you're a mass murderer by your scent. I bet you'll come here in the end, after you've worn out by an eternity of abuse. I don't think so. This is the fate I have chosen. I was never compelled to, nor did I ever give in. That's precisely why you should have broken down somewhere along the line. That way you would have had a chance at peace, even salvation. But because you couldn't stop being a hero of justice until the very end, even after death, you became a cogwheel in the mechanism like the counterforce. Surely that's the proof you're on the losing side. My life led me to this point. I have no regrets. I do admit that we're fundamentally similar. You'll curse the world and I'll save it. We are both devices with assigned rules, that's all. Grin. Okay, if you're so sure, I have to show you my respect. If curses and salvation face each other, there's no choice. We must both seek love and recognition in the way we know best. For such an occasion, why don't you name yourself? Unlike me. Remember your own name, yeah? Emiya Kiritsugu. Or so I was called when I lived as a human being. I will save the world. I did so until now and I will forever. There ain't a world that can be saved by humans. How long will you try to disprove that conclusion?
私は聖杯より譲るもの。聖杯の端末がごときもの。かりそめの形。かりそめのサーバント。名はアイリスフィールと呼んでね。
There is story. Good. Senpai, do we still need to do something here? I believe the case is closed. I don't think that's the last Holy Grail. Standard procedure. I see. Senpai's sixth sense. I understand. I, Mashikure Light Cell, shall search the premises as Senpai's servant. Ah! Yo, that was fast. Master, this is bad. Look what I found sprawled out in the shade near the cliff. Ah, that hurts. That hurts. Don't pull so hard. I'm weak, so if you pull too hard, something will snap off. There's a suspicious-looking figure lying on the ground. It's the shadow itself? Yes, I cannot grasp its identity even in light, but it is not quite a shadow servant. What should we do, Master? He does not seem particularly evil. Oh, supple. Fine curves too, rub. Ah! Perks of being injured. Time to recover. Even on the verge of death, a beast's instincts are uncontrollable. You have quite a fine servant with you. Should give my former master a run for her money. I'm just talking about looks, of course. It's sad, but both are still mentally children. This is a perverted servant. Yes, I, Mashikure Light, shall mercilessly exterminate him with my new moves. Ooh, those zeros. Baby. Now, mind you, this guy is literally, at least as far as I'm aware, a weak servant. He's not strong, right? So because of that, it's like, yeah, he's not going to be hidden for much because he is physically a very weak servant. He hates it.